In this demo, I'll be showing you how expressions can be used to nest logic in your code. I'll be making a program that determines whether or not somebody has access to a certain resource. So you could use something similar to this if you're writing a server and you want administrators to access one section, but guests would not be able to access it. So to get started, I need to create a few data types. So I'm going to create an access data type, and this will be admin, and then we'll say manager, user, and we'll have guest. So each one of these access levels has permission to access different parts of the program. So what we'll be doing is simulating access restrictions on some file. So we'll create a fake user and a secret file that they may or may not be able to access depending on their access level. So we'll create a secret file. We'll just use a code comment. Secret file, admins only. So only admins should be able to access whatever we happen to be making. We're going to create a user, and their access, we'll call it access level. Their access level is set to guest. So they probably don't have much access to the system. We'll then create another variable called can access file. And remember, we're dealing with a secret file that's admins only. So only admins should be able to access the secret file. And we're going to use a match expression. So we're assigning, instead of just assigning a value like we did here to a variable, or we just assign this to here, we're assigning the value of an expression to can access. And this is either going to be a true or false. Now, you aren't limited to just true and false when you do expressions. You can return anything you like. But I'm just going to do true or false. So we're going to match on the access level of our user. And if their access level is admin, then we'll return true. If it's not, we're just going to return false. And remember to always include the semicolon here at the end of your let binding. That's part of the syntax. So now that we have our code set up, let's walk through it really quick. So we're creating an enumeration called access. We have 4 variants, and they just represent different user accesses. We have admins, managers, users, and guests. In our program, we're creating a secret file, and we're setting it to admins only. We're not actually doing the code and logic to perform those actions. This is just a conceptual exercise. So we're just saying that our program already has a secret file, and all the mechanisms are already in place to set which access level is allowed. And we're saying that our user here has an access level of guests. And we're determining whether or not that they can access this file. And to make that determination, we use a match expression. We're matching on the user's access level, which is right here. So if the user has the access level of admin, then we'll just set it to true. So they would be able to access the file. And any other access level, they're just going to get denied because it's false. So if they were a guest, for example, in our case, they are a guest, false would then be populated here. So when we run the program, we know that we have a guest. They're not an admin, so this wouldn't be executed. There's something else, guest in this case, so false would then get returned here and eventually end up in the can access file variable, and they would not be able to access the file. So if we wanted to then print out our result just to confirm, we can do a print line, and we'll just print out a quick message and the value. So we'll say can access, and it'll print out either true or false. I'll run it in the terminal by going to terminal, new terminal. And then I'll just run the demo. And here we go. So we can see that the message states can access is false. So our access level is guest. And we know that we have to have admin access in order to access it. So the value is set to false. And as we can see, can access here is false. So this concludes the demo. I'll see you in the next presentation.